So we're gonna do my Shop My Stash. I'm excited. I was actually thinking I might not do this for this month, but then I did buy a bunch of new items and I would like to play around with them. Some of these I will probably keep in for the rest of the month just because I've simply been enjoying using them and I haven't used them enough. But yeah, let's do a little bit of a switch. So we've got the Singe Beauty blush right here. This one is the Persistent Persimmon. I'm going to put this back in my drawers. I have actually played with this a few times and I really love it, but it's time to play with some other things. Then we also have the What's Up Beauty Serenity highlighter. This is the Safari Sunset shade and I've been really enjoying this one. I'm thinking I kind of want to keep it in. I think I'm just going to pull a different one though, but I'm going to keep this one in for probably another month or maybe the rest of the summer. I don't know. Then we also have my Essence So Cherry blush. This is beautiful. Oh my gosh, I couldn't open it. This is so cute. It's so pretty. I think I'm going to keep it in. I'm just having fun with it. Then we have this one, which is from Makeup Revolution. It's the Bronzing Drops. I'm going to keep this out because it's been kind of helpful. I've got the Beauty Bay Bronze Blush and Glow base palette. This one I actually have gone into a few times, mostly for the bronzer and a highlighter. I don't think I've gone into these blush though. I don't know. I'm thinking I will want to pull something else. So we're going to roll that one out. Revolution Skin Silk Concealer. I don't think I like this. I'm going to be rolling it out for now. I think it's just not something that I want to be using. This is another one where I do like it, but for this time of year, it's actually pretty hard to wear. This is the Purito Cica Clearing BB Cream. It's just too light for me right now. So I'm going to put this back in my drawers. I've got the MAC Go Play. This is the shade That's Peachy. And of course, it is a peachy shade. This is really pretty. I'm wondering if I should keep this out. Maybe I'll keep this out. Oh, but I have so much blush that I want to go into. No, I'm going to put this back in my drawers. Gotta Be Ruthless, Gotta Be Ruthless. The Baby Got Blush Liquid Blush from Essence. I'm going to keep this out. Yeah, I'm going to keep that one out. I don't even think I went into it. I don't know what I was doing this month. This one I went into a bunch of times. This is the Essence So Cherry Happy Face Primer. I'm going to put this back in my drawers, but I did go into this quite a lot. Then we've got the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. This is really pretty for this time of year. Oh gosh. This is another one where I kind of want to keep out. I'm going to put it back in my drawers though and play with something else. We do have the Revolution Hydro Cool Baking Powder. I think I went into this once. This is a weird item. I don't know how to use this. I think maybe this is better for the winter. I don't know. I think I'm going to put this back in my drawers. I'm also not really wearing a lot of powder at the moment, so that might be it. Then we got the Glamshop Elixir. This is like a nice glowy primer base, and I've really enjoyed this, but I'm going to put it back in my drawers. I've got two of these from Garnier. I've got the Invisible and the Glow. Honestly, the Invisible, there's really not that much left, so I'm going to keep these both out. I've got my e.l.f. Body and Face Shimmer, which is basically just a highlighter. I use it as a face highlighter. It's very pretty. I really do enjoy this, and I did go into it just a few days ago. But I'm gonna, no, I think I'll keep this one out. I did go into this NYX Freezy Face. This is another primer, and it's a cooling one, and I did go into it a couple of times this month to play around, and I actually quite liked it, so I'm going to keep this one out too. And then last but not least in here is the Mermaid Magic from Gourmand Girls. This is a beautiful face palette, and I have been really enjoying it, but I am going to put it back in my drawers now. And as always, I have a huge amount of lip products that I've gone into this month. I don't usually pull lip products for my Shop My Stash. I just pull as I go and then I talk about it. So this is what I've gone into since my last one. This is the Makeup Revolution Lipstick Allure. This is Lover Nude. I really like this. This is more of a newer one. You can see that I've really gone into it quite a lot. It's a very creamy formula. I really enjoy this. I'm sure I will be going back into it, but obviously all of this is going back in my drawers. I went into one of my 8-hour matte liquid lips from Essence. This is the nude shade Soft Beige. Really love that one. Got into my lip crayon from the Beauty Crop. This is Saucy Marcella. And I've gone into quite a lot of liquid lips. I'm a liquid lip girly. I've gone into the Ofra Long Lasting liquid lipstick. This is Nude Potion. Also a ColourPop one. This is the Ultra Matte Lip. I got this in the Haunted Mansion. And then this is a K-Beauty brand from Etude. This is the Fixing Lip Tint. And I think this is Salmon Brick shade. So it's quite nice. More liquid lips here. I have my Huda Demi Matte. This one is called Feminist. And then I also have one of my NYX Soft Matte Lip Creams in the shade Tokyo. Love that one. Makeup Factory, this is my shimmer lipstick. I love it. Gorgeous. Got it a few months ago and I've been really enjoying it this summer. So I'm sure I'll go back into that. It also smells divine. I've got a lip liner here from Rimmel London. I can't remember. It's just a nude shade. And then this is from Glamshop. It is a glossy tinted lip balm. I've got 2 lip oils from GlossGods. So this one I already had. This is called Smitten. And this is a brand new one that I just got this last month. And I tried it and it's a bright pink. It's a lot of fun. So I'm sure I'll go back into that this month. Then we have some lip gloss. I have 2 Maybelline lifter glosses here. I've got the shade Amber and Ice. I've also got another one. This is one of their plumps, which I just tried this month. And this is very spicy. Very, very spicy. It's a pink shade. I also picked this up from Maybelline. This is their Glaze. I think these are new. I didn't even realize they were new, but I picked one of them up because I saw it in store. And this is the Latte Crush. It's like a brown nude. Definitely would want to actually grab some more. I think it's really nice. I have another liquid lip here. This is the Essence Tinted Kiss Hydrating Lip Tint. It's obviously pink. A lot of pinks and nudes. I do have something from Catrice. This is slightly newer for me. This is the Spring Awakening Lip Perfector lipstick, but I kind of feel like it's more like a lip balm. I got another lip gloss here. This is from Nomad Cosmetics. It was in their Fête de Provence years and years and years ago. Love it. It's very shimmery. I've got a Powder Luxe lipstick from PS Primark. This is my favorite red in my whole collection, even though this probably cost me £2. It's just amazing. I have a YSL. This is, I always forget what these are actually called. This is the Love Shine Candy Glaze, and it's a watermelon, and it's beautiful. I went into it this month. I have something from L'Oreal. This is just a lipstick, and it's just like this baby pink kind of icy color. I do like my pinks in, well, at least this year I've been liking my pinks this summer. And then I have 3 other lip liners here, which are all from Essence. These are the 8 Hour Matte Comfort Liners. And obviously I got 2 nudes, well, one kind of a darker one, and then a red. Okay, I just realized I have not shown you my new drawers in terms of how they look after I've reorganized them. I did film that for my members. But yeah, it looks a little different, but also the same. I still have way too much. I was hoping that redoing it would make it look nicer, but it's not. So I don't really know what I'm doing. But anyway, so I did pick up quite a lot of new items and I'm going to grab them all. I have tried these, all 3 of these at this point now. These are the Maybelline Sun Kisser blushes. They're liquid blushes. And I really enjoyed all 3 of them, and I will see myself using them over the course of the next month. So I just want to pull them. This is City Sizzle, Soul Search, and Shades On. Beautiful, beautiful shades. I don't usually go for liquid blushes, but I think these are just gorgeous. So, and they're actually not super pigmented, so you can blend them out, and they look quite effortless. And you can blend them to the point where they're pretty sheer, but they leave a beautiful glow. And I think that's probably why I like them. I also grabbed a lot of new foundation / primers. I've used 2 of these Catrice Soft Glam filters now. I used the light medium as a bronzer, and I've used the fair light as like all over the face. I do think that this one, the light one, could potentially be more of a primer for me because it doesn't leave that much coverage. And then this one is a very, very light bronzer that actually could work really nicely in the winter time. So but also it could be really nice to wear now that I have a tan. So I'm going to pull them now. I think this one is quite versatile, so I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, these two I'm going to pull. They're brand new as well. And then this one I haven't tried. This is from Essence. It's the foundation stick. Yeah, I haven't even opened it, so I don't really know. We'll just play around with it. Maybe we'll try it today. Who knows? I also want to play around with my Maybelline Superstay. This is the Lumi Matte Foundation. This is also new, and I have gone into it once, and I want to play with it more. So a lot of foundations that I picked up that I want, a lot of Maybelline too, and Essence and Catrice, and I want to play around with it. So I'm going to grab it. I did notice with those Catrice Glam Filter sticks, they're not, I mean, they're soft, but you definitely could benefit from using a primer, like a moisturizing primer with them. I did try them without, and I feel like it's better with. So, oh, this is another new thing. I got the fluid one as well from Catrice. So maybe we'll grab this. This is Fair Light. You know what? Let's grab this one as well. All my new stuff, let's just play with it. But I also think I want to grab my Marshmallow primer from NYX. Something's calling me to this right now. So I think, yeah, I think I want to pull this. So I think that's enough foundation for now because there's simply a lot there. I did say I'm not using a lot of powder, but maybe I should. I don't think I need loose powder. Maybe I'll just grab my NYX Finishing HD and get a little bit more use out of this. Obviously, it's something that I could finish. If I put it in a project pan, I could finish this pretty easily. But I just like using it when I want to use it, and this would be nice maybe to have. So yeah, I'm going to grab this. I also think I'm going to grab my NYX Buttermelt Bronzer. So this one is Deserve Butter. I do have a bronzer out for my project pan, but this is pretty dark and pigmented. And if I don't use it this summer, I don't think I'll use it in the winter all that much. So I'm going to grab it to just play around with it when I can. I'm also going to grab this. This is the Technic Under Eye Brightener. I really like this. I really enjoy it, and I think it'll be really nice for the summer. So I'm going to grab this one as well. It's very lightweight. It's kind of what this, I was hoping this would be, but it's not. So that's a shame. I think I just want to like pull stuff that I love, right? Oh, this is another new item. Oh my gosh. This is a blush. This is the Blushing Charm Multi-Stick from Catrice. Oh yeah, definitely another blush, but let's do it. I'm into my creams and my liquids obviously right now. Okay, we did say we're going to pull a highlighter. I'm thinking I want my Kiko one. So that's going to be this one right here. This is Light of Venus. And this is a beautiful highlighter. Gorgeous. It's almost like a champagne color, but not quite. But it has kind of that sun-kissed glow in a way without looking beige or orange tone. It's really nice. Definitely more champagne-y, so I'm going to grab this. I'm also going to grab another blush that's new for me. This is the Essence Tinted Lip and Cheek Balm. It's the Juicy Melon. I haven't even taken the plastic off, so I'm going to play around with this too. A lot of blushes that I'm testing out. A lot of new makeup this month for sure. I'm also going to take out this Phase Zero blush. This is the Making Moves shade. And this is actually kind of a shimmery blush where I say I don't really like shimmer blush. It's a powder shimmer. And this one I can get behind. This is very pretty, so I kind of want to use this. What else could I grab from here? Maybe a face palette. Do we want to grab a face palette? Or should we leave face palettes for this month? I've been grabbing face palette. Oh, you know what? Let's grab this. This is the W7. This is the W7 Sculpt Power. And this is like a Benefit dupe. And I think I might be able to get some use out of this. So we'll just grab it. If I don't use it, I don't use it. I think I'm also going to grab this. This is the Hello Good Stuff Pore Minimizing Serum. And I would like to just get more use out of it because honestly, there's not that much left. So I'm grabbing it to kind of not finish up, but just use when I can. Okay, so like I said, I'm not going to be pulling any lip products out. Sorry, let me just back you up a little bit. Okay, I did reorganize some of my eyeshadow palettes as well, as you can see. Just have a little bit more space and I can actually see what I have, and then my second drawer is down below. I am going to be grabbing some palettes though. I did recently get this free with purchase. This is from GlossGods. It's the Let's Pop and it's the green one. And I haven't done anything with it yet. So definitely going to play with that. I also think I want to play with my Revolution. This is the Muse Icon. I've only used it the once when, oh no, wait, I grabbed that from my Shop My Stash last time, right? I think I still want to grab it though. We won't use it for this video, but I would like to go into this at some point. So I'm gonna grab this again. I think I also, this is a little bit more cool toned, but I'm kind of missing it. This is from ColourPop. It's the Haunted Mansion palette, and I love this. Definitely like one of my favorites. It's more of like a vampy one, but I'm loving these shades. I'm wondering if I can make it work for the summer. It's not very summery, but who says you have to wear warm tones, right? I'm wearing a lot of warm tones. I think I could still have some time for this. Okay, so these are the rest of the palettes. I'm wondering, do I want to go into any of these? I have some in here that I've technically decluttered as well, like the Odin's Eye, but I'm going to depot that. So not everything in here should be counted. I don't think I want to bring anything out from here, if I'm quite honest. I've been enjoying just grabbing as I go. Maybe the Flower Moon, actually. Let's take the Flower Moon out because I kind of have been saying I want to use this a little bit more. And I have purposely been ignoring it. But I really want to play with these tones. So I think I will actually take this out. Hey everyone, it has been a few days. It has been a few days, I'm not gonna lie. I've actually gone into some of these items, but I filmed the first part of this video and I didn't have time to do my makeup that day. So it's quite a bit later in the week, but we are here. We are gonna be doing my makeup. I think my camera is crooked. I always like change the position of this and it's definitely crooked. But yeah, so I actually, that day that I filmed that, I went out that night, well, we went out as a family and I used a bunch of these new items. So what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to recreate what I did on my face because my skin looked amazing. So I'm actually really pleased with some of these. So we will go into them together. I'm gonna try to do like a nice summer glow look. Thankfully, the weather has been really, really nice. So I do have kind of a tan. I mean, this is a tan from me. And so yeah, let's get into it. I still feel like my face could benefit from something a little bit more moisturizing. So we are not maybe even moisturizing, but just, I feel like it needs something. So I'm gonna go into my Hello Good Stuff Pore Minimizing Serum. And we're just gonna put this all over. I really do like this actually right now. It's not too thick. If I had a moisturizing primer out, I think it would feel a little too heavy on my skin. This is lightweight and it does a good job of sinking into the skin, so I quite like it. Okay, so I think I'm going to put all three of these on my skin. So I have both of the Catrice Soft Glam Filter Sticks and then I have the Essence Foundation Sticks. So what I have been enjoying doing, I'm going to go into the light. This is the Fairlight shade from Catrice. I'm going to put this, see, you can like barely see it. I'm going to put this as like a starting base around these areas of my face. And then I'm going to take the light medium. This one I've been using quite a lot. I've been really enjoying it. You can see it's quite a bit darker. So I can't use it as like a foundation stick, but for me, this is just going to be probably just a bronzer stick. And I'm just going to put this in the parts where I always put my bronzer and where I'm already quite bronzed, right? So around those areas. And we're just going to go in like this. And then I'll go in with the Essence Foundation Stick where I want a little bit more coverage, because that is a little bit creamier than the Catrice one. I don't know, it's like keeping the same tone as my skin, but it's adding a glow and, dare I say, a filter. So I don't know, I'm kind of enjoying this because it's like a no makeup, but then obviously as I add more makeup, it will no longer be a no makeup. But that, all I've done is just made myself a little bit more glowy, right? I don't feel like I look too different from before. Okay, now we're gonna go into the Essence Foundation Stick. And I would want, you can see this has a lot more coverage. So I want a little bit more of a, like a definition around here. maybe here, and that's it. So kind of where I would put concealer, but not necessarily like right under my eyes. So we're gonna do this. And hopefully it turns out how I did the other day, because I really enjoyed how it was looking. Anyway, so I'm so annoyed because we went out Saturday and we went out Sunday for dinner, which is very abnormal for us. We do not do back-to-back. We usually do not do back-to-back dinners. Firstly, it's just like heavy. Like I don't like having having heavy meals back-to-back. Not that we had heavy meals, but anyway, I was so annoyed because I didn't take photos of the two looks that I did, and I was actually quite pleased with them. I thought about it. I was like, okay, I'll take a photo before we leave. And both days I forgot to take a photo, and both days I used these makeup products. So you would have been able to see I did very similar things with my skin, and I was really enjoying it. So you can see I brightened up a little bit, but it still has quite a lot of glow. What we're gonna go into now, I think what I want first, so I think I'm gonna go into this one, which is called Soul Search. It's more of the peachy one. And I'm really loving this color. Now, like I said, they do sheer out quite a lot. So I think you can put on a lot and kind of get away with it. So we're just gonna put maybe that much, maybe that much. Okay, maybe that's too much, I don't know. And we're gonna blend. So I'm just going to tap this on. You see how effortless that is? That is gorgeous because it blends so easily. And you can still see a little bit of the peachiness. I think these are gorgeous. Anyway, I really like them. I feel like you can't really go wrong with how much you put on because it does sheer out, but then the glow kind of stays. So anyway, I'm gonna put that, and then I still want a little bit of pink. So we're gonna go into the Catrice Blushing Charm. I have the shade, oh no, yeah, it says it, Sparkle Lover, which is more of a pink. So I wanna like put a little bit here and a little bit here. So we have like the peachy pink effect. I don't know, I'm just loving these items for some reason. And I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm just going to tap it in. It's not, this one again is not that pigmented, but it does add a little bit of something different that I quite enjoy. So that, I don't know, I'm loving that. I think it's pretty. Okay, I'm gonna put some concealer. I'll use the Technic one. My vitamin C. I don't want to put too much, but yeah, we had a nice time. Some of my partner's family had flown in from the US, so we actually had dinner with them 2 days, and I have met them before, but this was the first time that I've actually like sat down and spoken to them, and they were really lovely. Honestly, all of my partner's family, for the most part, like I can't really think of anyone that he's related to that is not nice. So, and he has a huge family. So I'll meet people and then like 10 years later, I'll see them again and I will forget that I met them because there's just so many of them. Because my family's not like that. But anyway, it was just a nice experience. Went to a traditional Portuguese restaurant. Well, it wasn't like traditional, but it was more a Portuguese restaurant. And then we went to Chinese buffet. So yeah, I feel like I've had a lot to eat this weekend for sure. We are going to do a little bit of powder. I have the NYX one, so we're going to go into this. I've also decided I'm going to be posting a little bit less over the summer. So I have been doing 5 days a week. I think I'm going to be posting a little bit less. I mean, I've already posted less this week. I didn't post yesterday because I just don't have the time. I'd much rather spend time with my son at this point. And I think for what it's worth, it means more to me to spend time with him as opposed to posting those extra videos a week. So I'm probably going to go back to my 3 days. Maybe I'll still do 4 days. Maybe there'll be some weeks where I do every single day. It kind of depends on how it goes. But just to FYI, it will slow down a little bit over the next month and a half at least. And then I think it will pick back up come September, just simply because it kind of makes sense anyway. Most people are going on holiday or away. So, you know, you're going to miss all my wonderful content if you're not here anyway, right? So I'm going to go into the Juicy Melon. This is from Essence. Now I have tried this as well. This is weird. This is weird. This is definitely like a balm, like a lip balm. And it's sheer. So like you can't even like barely see it. But if you tap it on the cheek, I feel like it adds a like kind of almost like a wet look effect. I know they've come out with some other ones like this. And honestly, I should have realized this is what it was, but it almost turns a little pink, and I did wear this the other night and I really enjoyed it. So even though it's kind of a weird item, I actually really liked it. It smells quite nice too. It doesn't really do anything on the lips. I'm not going to be putting it on my lips, especially after going in and out. That would just be weird. But I don't know if you can see, it adds even more of a gloss. So I've got so many layers now on my cheeks, but I'm liking it. I'm liking it. So anyway, I just wanted to share like what I've done. I think that is what I did. And then I put more bronzer on. So we're going to go into the NYX bronzer. This is obviously the Buttermelt. These are just, I feel like, a little too pigmented for my liking. I think you have to be so careful with them. And it's such a shame because I think had they not been like that, like already I look too bronze now. Because I've gone overboard. Already I look way too bronze. Had they not done that, I think it would be very pretty. But honestly, I think if it's too pigmented, it's kind of hard to use, right? Okay, we're gonna use my Let's Pop because why not? I have not used it yet and I wanna see how pretty these greens are. So I think we'll just use every single shade in here. Why not? Let's just give it a go. And I'll see if I can work my magic. Let's see. But yeah, I think right now I just want to take advantage of, we're having really, really good weather. I just want to take advantage of the weather. And most importantly, just be with my son. So that's kind of why I'm going to be cutting down a little bit. I'm going to go into this dark one, which is called Pop to the Top. And we're just going to put a little bit in the, I'm going to keep it kind of light. So I just want to put a little bit, and then I'll put Pop Up everywhere else, which is the other matte shade. But yeah, I think it just makes more sense for me. And I will have a lot more content coming when things get back to like normal and stuff. And obviously if you're not going away for the summer and you're still here, I still will be posting and everything. It's just I want to be posting a little bit less and just take advantage of the summer while it's really nice, you know, because it definitely wasn't this nice last year. So we are having a very good summer so far, and I don't want to jinx it, knock on wood, but I just want to take advantage. So anyway, we're going to do like a look like this. It's kind of, does that work? Oh, my eyes are not very symmetrical, but yeah, we're going with that. A little bit wonky here, but we're going to mostly just use the shimmers anyway in this palette. I do think that this one is a little bit weird. Let's swatch them, right? I'm going to swatch them. So we've got Pop Open, which is gorgeous. Then we've got Pop To It, which is more of that grassy. Oh, they're gorgeous. And then we have Pop Euler. Okay, yeah, they all do kind of work together. I mean, they're not too different from each other, honestly, but they're cute. Yeah, they're very pretty. Will that work? Yeah, you can see there's like some blue in one of them. All right, I'm gonna go into this one here. We might go into a different palette, who knows? But I'm just gonna put this all over the rest of my lid. Oh, this is a nice shade. This is pigmented. I wasn't, honestly, I had such bad luck with the peach version of this that I really didn't think that I was going to enjoy this. But this is really nice. and it has 3 shimmers, so a little bit more worth the price than the peach one where you only get 2. Oh wait, do you get, no, actually I think you get 3 as well. I think they're the only 2 that where you get 3, and then the rest you only get 2, and which I don't think is very fair. So anyway, I'm just gonna have it like that. Oh, this is quite a nice mint. It's definitely thin, but it's more pigmented than I was expecting. All right, I think I'm gonna go into Pop to It, which is more of this grassy one. We're gonna put this here. I think the reason I didn't pick up their new palettes is because I just have so many of their palettes already. I feel like I already have those colors in some of the palettes that I already own. As well as like the last palette that they released, which had like Aurora Lights themed. Again, I didn't pick it up because I have so many colors that kind of are very similar to the shades that they had in that palette. Even though the palette looks stunning, I have to just kind of like be like, well, do I really need it? And most of the time I do not need it. I'm gonna go into the mint, and I'm going to put this around the edges here just to make this a little prettier, I think. But like I said, I think I mentioned it before, if you don't have a lot of shades from them, those look so pretty, and I'm sure they perform just like I would expect them to. All right, I've made that a little bit lighter. Still kind of a mess, but that's how I do it. All right, I'm not sure which one to put in my inner corner. I'm feeling like I'm gonna put this one next and then the other one in my inner corner. So we're gonna put this one here, which honestly, it is different, but it's not that different. This one has more of an impact, I feel like, than the one I just put down. And it has more blue to it. Yeah, these feel really nice. That's gorgeous. Gorgeous. And these are always on sale. So even if you don't want to buy one of their bigger palettes, these are always usually on sale from what I can see. Anyway, I'm going to go into this one now in my inner corner. And I think, yeah, I think we'll just use this palette for this video. I think this could have benefited from an iridescent that flips green. Instead of having them all just this green. I mean, these are all very pretty, but I think they could have had a one that looks white, but it actually is iridescent and it flips greeny yellow maybe, but then it probably wouldn't go with their theme. But I would have done that probably instead of have all 3 of these, because I think they're not too different from each other, but they're still very pretty, but they're not like that different. I'm going to go in with the darker green, and I'm going to put that in my lower lash line a little bit. Like that maybe, and then I'm going to go into the mint and just put a little bit more on top of that. That's probably it. I'm enjoying it. I think it's, I don't know, I kind of like this green on my eyes. I think it works, right? I think so. Let's do mascara. I'm just going to go into this Glamshop one that I decluttered and then I brought it back, and now I'm trying to finish it. It's actually grown on me, so it's okay. Okay, we're going to go into my highlighter now. This is from Kiko Milano, and I also used this weekend. This is Light of Venus. For the longest time, I said this was my favorite highlighter in my collection. It still might be. I mean, it's a very beautiful highlighter. So I'm just gonna, not that I need more glow on my cheeks, but it's just beautiful, and I think it works really nicely with the green. And then I think I'll do my eyebrows. Look at that on my nose. My nose looks a little ridiculous. It looks a little ridiculous. Let's just tone it down somewhat, shall we? So I think for my lips, I'm just gonna go in with one of my Maybelline lifter glosses. This is the shade Amber, and I think it's more brown. Yeah, a little bit more brown. It's like a nudie brown. I think I'm just gonna go into this. And then I'm going to go back into my HD powder from NYX because I do want to get rid of some of the shine. You can see the difference. Just some of the shine, not all of it, just some. So that's the final look. I mean, a very basic, obviously, eyeshadow look, but there's not much you can do with a very monochromatic palette. Oh, I wanted to put this in my waterline, which is not in my Shop My Stash, but I still wanted to use it. This is from Essence, it's just the eye brightener. So that is my little Shop My Stash video. I've already been loving some of these items the last few days, so I know I'm gonna love them over the summer. There's still some items that I still want to play with a little bit more, like the Catrice Soft Glam Filter Fluid. Because honestly, I've tried it once. I wasn't a huge fan, but that was just like once last month. So I haven't tried it yet since I pulled it from my Shop My Stash, but all of these I'm loving. I find them very versatile and I can use all of them all at once on my face, which I'm actually pleased about because I felt like an idiot buying 2 of these, but I really do feel like one of them, the light, like the fair light one, doesn't have much pigment, and then obviously the light medium is too pigmented for me to use as a foundation, so it's going to be a bronzer stick. So they're definitely good for the money because I thought, well, why am I buying 2? But actually, I will use them for 2 different reasons. And I can use the light medium one in the wintertime for a bronzer because it is kind of a light bronzer. So I think that works great. Love my highlighter, obviously. I think this palette is really pretty. So yeah, I think if you love green and you want to buy it, I don't have any negatives to say about any of these. They're absolutely stunning. And the mattes actually worked really nicely. So had an issue with the mattes in the peach pop, but this green pop I think is really beautiful. So I'm glad that I have it in my collection now and I can play around with it. And I actually, yeah, I love how bright these are. These are not that different. You've been wanting this palette, but because it's discontinued, I would say get the green one, right? Because this is Dancing in the Sky from GlossGods. And there's obviously a lot of different variety in here, but I do feel like you get the same kind of shades in here that you could recreate on the eyes here. And because you can't buy this, but you can buy this, you know, I don't know, if you're kind of craving this palette and it's always discontinued, which I don't know why they don't bring this one back because it's so good, maybe you would like this one. I mean, this has a lot more, but you might like this one. And then obviously the NYX one, I do like this bronzer, but like I said, I just think it's far too pigmented. I don't know if I got the lightest shade. This is Deserve Butter. I think it was one of the lightest shades, if not the lightest shade. Maybe I should have got an even lighter shade if they have one, because it is very pigmented. I'm not gonna be able to use this at all throughout the year. This is just a summer one, and even for summer, it was very, very, very deep. So it's just too bronzy. But I mean, you know, for like the month that I am bronzed throughout the year, yes, that's fine. But I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to be able to finish that if I ever do. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. A like and subscribe if you haven't already and you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much. I will see you all in my next one, which will most likely be Friday, but maybe I'll surprise you. I don't know. But anyway, I hope you guys understand I will be posting a little bit less. I hope everyone's doing well. Thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.